Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Wow. This is a lot more friendly than the last Hollywood event I attended. You know, when somebody asked me why I left the Senate, I always said that I just missed the realism and sincerity of Hollywood. Well, this is the Hollywood I was talking about. By here, but when I realized that I was going to be in Fort Lauderdale, and you all were going to be over here, I said, I'm coming over to see the YRs to thank them. And when I was told that my good friend Mary was going to be here, then I absolutely insisted on it. Wouldn't you like to have Mary Matlin on your team if you were doing anything? I don't know if you know it or not, Mary, but we've accomplished some things already. You know, the New York Times and the Hillary Clinton campaign have got us #1 on their target list, so I want to report that and tell you how much I appreciate all their help. If nothing else, we've apparently convinced the Clintons that it really is a bad thing to lie under oath. I say I want to thank you because I know what you're doing. I know this is where the rubber meets the road. I know what you've done from the very beginning of this organization, and I know what you're going to do in the future. I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for myself because you're in large part responsible for me being able to serve in the United States Senate. And you've been important to the growth of this country and the party over the years. I know all that because I was one of you back when I qualified. I started out in college a few years ago, read a little book called Conscience of a Conservative by Barry Goldwater. And he had a message of strength and prosperity and unity. And I said, man, that's for me. And I went through college, went through law school, came back to my little town of Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, started their first YR organization right there. And I just knew in that little town that I was being joined by tens of thousands of other young people around the country just like me. It had hopes and aspirations, not just for themselves personally, but for their country. And then we turn it in a better way and do great things in this country. I went over to the Senate and went in the Senate gallery and watched Barry Goldwater and Hubert Humphrey and guys like that actually have debates. That was back when they actually debated each other and just didn't make speeches to C-SPAN. And I sat up there and watched all that, and I was moved by that. I said, this is where things get done in our country. And it took me 25 years, but I wound up not in the gallery, but down on that Senate floor. And I was able to do that because I lived in the greatest country in the history of the world. It allowed, just as it does today, a small town boy from very modest circumstances from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, or a small town girl to have hopes, dreams, and aspirations and do whatever their heart leads them to do and whatever their hard work will bring them to do. And that story is repeated over and over again in this country every day of the week. And you're a part of that story. And I want to thank you for that too. When I say the greatest country in the history of the world, those are not light comments. The fact of the matter is not only we're the strongest militarily, not only we're the strongest economically, but we've been the beacon of hope for countries for the last 200 years. For anybody in the world that has aspirations of freedom and has aspirations for democracy. We brought more freedom to other people. We've sacrificed more for other people's freedom in this world. And I'm getting tired of having to apologize for the United States of America around the world. Getting tired of other people's perception that we need to apologize for anything around the world. We need to continue to do what we did to make ourselves the greatest country in the world. That's what we're about here today. A lot of people think we're back on our heels as a country right now. A lot of people think we're kind of divided and we don't know where we're going. A lot of people think our party's back on its heels right now. The old pendulum is swinging back and forth, and they say it's the Democrats' time. My friends, I don't think the people are going to turn the keys to this country over to the party of despair and division any more than they will elect a person who is driving over a left-wing cliff in order to appeal to those constituents groups that a broad cross-section of Americans will never buy in this country. If we do the right thing, keep it in the road, things will change for us. The American people will rally around us. We'll be a magnet for all right-thinking people in this country, and we'll win this next election just like we have so many before. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you again for what you've done. I want to especially thank you for what I know that you're going to do and the fight that I know that you're going to make. And I want to tell you, I want to join that fight with you. I want to fight that fight together. Let's go on to victory again next year and lead this country to its rightful place as continuing to be the strongest, most powerful, the most just, the most free nation in the history of the world. Thank you very much.